Hey, what's up? I'm the Ragged Raccoon, and welcome to Tier Shift, the series where I take a low-tier Pokemon and bring it up to a higher tier. This is the third and final episode of our Qwilfish team. I made one small change from our last episode. I gave Latios Hidden Power Fighting over Ice Beam, because Ice Beam wasn't doing anything for us, and Hidden Power Fighting might be a lot more helpful, especially against those Weavile matchups, and against that Tyranitar. So, let's get into a battle. So we're looking at the other team. We see a Lopunny, a Garchomp, a Rotom Wash, a Serperior, a Gengar, and a T-Tar. So I think I'm going to lead off with the Latios, just to see what he wants to do, because that does a lot to a lot of his team members. So he goes into Tyranitar, and let's see how much we can do with that Hidden Power Fighting. We might end up regretting this, and I don't think we do though, because we are Scarf, so we will outspeed it. So let's see here. He might want to switch. Making risky plays, setting up first turn. So we take out the Tyranitar, so Hidden Power Fighting's already paying off right there. At least, I hope so. Let's see what he goes into. We're probably going to have to make a switch. So he goes into Gengar. And I'm just going to go into Lopunny, because it has that Scrappy ability, which is really good in the end. So he goes for Shadow Ball. I'm immune to that. He can't touch me. And I'm just going to go Mega Evolve and Fake Out. That does a good amount of damage. I do outspeed him now. So I'm going to go for the high jump kick. He sends in the Garchomp. I land the high jump kick. I do a lot of damage, but I take bunch from his, because he's running the defensive set, looks like. I'm going to go for an Ice Punch. That should take out the Garchomp. We take out the Garchomp, so he's already down 2 Pokemon. That's good for us. He sent in his Lopunny. I'm going to make a switch here into Qwilfish. He's going to probably Fake Out. Yeah, he goes for the Fake Out. Does a good amount. I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. He's into the Rotom, so he does not get Thunder Wave. Now I'm going to Latios. He goes for the Volt Switch. He might want to switch. I don't know what he wants to switch. He's switching to the Gengar. I'm going to go for the Psyshock. The Psyshock hits everything on his team pretty hard, and will definitely kill the Gengar. The Gengar goes down. I have a Latios on the field. He can't bring in his Lopunny. He brings in the Serperior, which probably has Dragon Pulse. I'm gonna bring in Heatran, because Heatran basically walls Serperior, unless it has Hidden Power Ground. But even then, so he goes for the Dragon Pulse, as I figured. He pumps my Air Balloon. He can't really do anything to me still though. And I think he's gonna go into Rotom, so I'm gonna go back out into Latios. Just double switch. So there's the Rotom again. Latios comes right back out. I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor. He switches, goes into Serperior, gets hit in the face with a Draco. So I could fire off a second Draco, and it should kill the Serperior. Serperior goes down now. We're doing pretty good this game. So he brings in the Lopunny. And I'm just going to bring in Qwilfish on this. Get that Intimidate off. He actually doubles out into Rotom. I don't know what Rotom wants to do. I think it's going to be Volt Switch again. So I'm just going to go back into Latios. Latios is my safest switch-in. Resist the Volt Switch. And now he's stuck with a Mega Lopunny on the field. He's going to get Fake Out damage off, but he won't be able to kill. And I'm just going to go for a Psyshock, because I am running Choice Scarf, so I do outspeed him. And Mega Lopunny goes right down. So that's just us against the Rotom Wash. Go for another Psyshock. And he disconnects. So we're going to take that as a win. And I'll see you all in the next battle. Okay, we're back, and we're gonna look at the other team. We see a Heatran, we see a Gyarados, a Cresselia, a Dragonite, a Galvantula, and a Breloom. So there's probably gonna be a Sticky Web on our side of the field, so we want to get rid of that as soon as possible. So we're gonna lead with Lopunny, in hopes that he leads with the Galvantula. He actually leads with the Gyarados, gets him intimidated off, and I think I'm just going to switch right out into Thundurus, because that's probably my best bet. He Mega Evolves, Mega Gyarados on the field. He gets a Dragon Dance off, which is scary. Fortunately, we have Prankster Thunder Wave. So, even though Thundurus is probably going to go down, we do get that Thunder Wave off, which permanently slows down that Gyarados, making it significantly less of a threat. He actually switches out, goes into the Galvantula. He's probably going to try to go for the Sticky Web. He's probably going to succeed going for the Sticky Web too. But we're just going to Volt Switch there. And go into Lopunny. So Lopunny, I'm going to go Mega Fake Out as usual. He withdraws, he goes into his Breloom, which is interesting. He's probably going to go for a Mach Punch. I'm not sure if we can take it, but I don't want to risk a Spore, so I'm going to go for an Ice Punch. He does go with Mach Punch. We do take it. So there goes his Breloom too. Now let's see what he wants to bring in next. It doesn't look like he has any Scarfers on his team. He brings in his Dragonite. I'm going to go for a Return, because I don't want to have a Weakness Policy Multiscale happen. And he goes for the Dragon Dance. So that's kind of scary. We do still have Thundurus alive, so it's not that scary. We can always just Thunder Wave it. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here. Lopunny will go down. Doesn't actually. Wow. I figured he would outspeed or have extreme speed, but I guess I was wrong there. So he's in the Cresselia. I'm going to go just for Return. There's no point in switching out Lopunny or bringing him back in, because it won't be able to outspeed anything. So that does a good amount, and then he goes down to Cresselia's Psychic, and I'm going to bring in the Hoopa. He's caught the Sticky Web, go straight up for Hyperspace Fury, which will do a number to anything. He goes into the Gyarados. I'm going to go into Thundurus again. Try to get that Paralysis on it. He goes for Dragon Dance. So hopefully this time I'll get that Thunder Wave. He might predict it again, but it's worth a shot. Because if I let him just hit me without, so either he switches out and Thunder Wave does nothing, or he kills me. So it's worth the risk in my opinion. He doesn't kill me, so I'm just gonna go for a Thunderbolt here. Go down to Life Orb damage. So I don't take him out, but that's okay. I'm gonna go into Hoopa. And I'm just going to go for a Fire Punch, just in case he wants to bring in his Galvantula or something, which he'll probably want to do right about now, because I do have a 4x weakness to Bug. Alright, so he brings that out. I'm going to go into the Heatran. He goes for the Bug Buzz. I quad resist that, I think. And I'm going to Fire Blast him. He goes for Full Switch. Oh, he might switch into his own Heatran, which will be immune. So yeah, he switched into his own Heatran. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to go for an Earth Power now. Hopefully he's not running Earth Power. So Ryan goes first. He goes down to his Focus Sash. He goes right for a Roar. Latios comes onto the field. So I'm in a good situation here. I'm just going to go for a Draco. I'll need to switch out no matter what move I use. So I may as well use the strongest in case he switches into something like this. So that only does 40%. So I'm just going to go for another Draco. It should wear it down eventually. He goes into 6%. He goes for a Light Screen. So this last Draco will still probably kill. It might only do like 5% though. It only does 5%. Wow. That's fine, I guess. I'm just going to go for... So Latios is basically out right now. I'm just going to go for... Just try to get down this Cresselia. And he goes into the Galvantula. And I get fully paralyzed. I'm just going to let this thing go down at this point. He can't really do anything to me. He goes for the Thunder. I go for another Draco. I might get a crit if I'm lucky. Because that means all of my negative drops don't do anything. He goes for the Bug Buzz. He almost takes me out. I go for a Draco. Still don't get a crit. So this is where Latios goes down. And he did pretty good. So I'm going to send in the Heatran. And I'm just going to go for a Stealth Rock. Which is probably a really bad play on my part. Just seeing how much that Thunder did. Oops. I was thinking Stealth Rock because he can't switch in his other two guys. But I guess that doesn't really matter. Because my way to beat Galvantula just went down. Like, there's a Cresselia that goes down. Maybe if I'm really lucky, Qwilfish can take a Thunder from a Galvantula, or he'll miss that Thunder. Both of which are very, very unlikely. Because Qwilfish has no special defense at all. He brings in the Heatran. It goes down to Stealth Rocks. He does, however, take a lot from Stealth Rocks, but not enough, I don't think. He should only take about 25. He's at 30%. Yeah. So if I could survive a hit, I win, but I don't think I'll be surviving any hits. He hits the Thunder. He kills me. Qwilfish goes down. So now it's up to Hoopa, who will probably go down. Who's definitely gonna go down to a Bug Buzz. But, it was a close game. It's not completely over yet. Because he's taking his time with his next move. It only makes sense to use Bug Buzz, because my 4x weakness. Well, let's see what happens. He goes for the Bug Buzz, he takes me out. And that's game right there. And, so yeah, that's the game. I'll see you all in the next battle. Here at the third battle of the session, we see a regular Hoopa in this game. We see another Staraptor, we see Swampert, we see a Scizor, we see Vaporeon, we see Altaria. So an interesting team. And I'm going to lead off with Heatran. So let's see. He starts off with his Hoopa. I'm just going to go for a straight up Fire Blast. And I missed my Fire Blast. But that's okay. He goes for the Focus Blast. He misses. So we trade miss for miss. It's basically like that turn never happened. So I go for the Fire Blast again. It's a crit and only does 40%, so, and he takes me out with that. So, that's not the best situation. I'm going to go into Hoopa Unbound. Because he does not want to take a Hyperspace Fury because he's quad weak to it. So I'm just going to go for that. He goes into a Scizor. That takes a good amount. I think I might be able to take a Bullet Punch. I don't think he's going to be U-turning. And even if he is, I should be able to. He goes into Swampert. So, oh, I do have defense drops. I need to remember, Hyperspace Fury does drop my defense. That's something I don't remember a lot, and is very important. So I take out his Tsunami, his Swampert. So now I definitely go down to a Bullet Punch. So I'm going to go right into my Qwilfish. Get the Intimidate off. He goes for the Bullet Punch. It does nothing to Qwilfish. Qwilfish just doesn't care. I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave. And he goes for a Roost. So I'm actually going to taunt him now. That way he can't Roost up or Swords Dance or anything. He gets paralyzed. I'm going to go for the Waterfall. He gets paralyzed again. Really unlucky. Rather unfortunate for him. He goes into Vaporeon. It's Water Absorb. I'm going to go for a taunt here. So he can't Wish Pass or anything right now. And I'm going to go into a Thundurus. I take that Scald. I get burnt from it. But it's okay. I should be able to do a lot with the Thunderbolt. I do 62%. That's a good amount. He goes for Scald. He takes me out with it. It's really unfortunate. I'm going to go into Hoopa. Instead of going for Hyperspace Fury, I'm going to go for a Zen Headbutt, because I don't want to get a defense drop right now. He goes for the Protect to scout out what I'm doing. He sees I'm going for Zen Headbutt. And I'm just going to go for it again anyway. I was thinking about going for a Fire Punch in case this thing came in. And I'm going to try to do that now. I'm not sure how well it'll go for me. Because I do run Fire Punch for Scizor and Ferrothorn. And let's see what happens. So he's thinking right now, he might go for a Bullet Punch, he might go for a U-turn. I go for the Fire Punch, so he eats his Aqua Berry. Doesn't matter though. I'm a Hoopa, Life Orbs, I'm Jolly, not Adamant. But that's 4 times super effective. He goes into Fluffy. I'm going to go for the Gunk Shot, assuming he's going to Mega Evolve. He does not Mega Evolve though. He goes for a Cotton Guard, so that's really, really unfortunate right now. I missed that too. He Roosts. This is just going to be a Stalwart, I guess. I get the Poison. So eventually he'll be Toxic stalled out. I'm going to go for a Hyperspace Fury now. Hopefully he's not running Refresh. He's not running Refresh. So eventually Toxic will start to take its toll on him. If I'm lucky, I'll get a crit on this Hyperspace Fury. Don't get the crit, that's okay. He goes for the Roost. Oh, is this just regular poison? That sucks. So Toxic's not really going to do much to this. He goes for the Hyper Voice, it takes me out. I can't figure out if he's Mega or not. He probably is. I'm going to Lopunny anyway. I'm going to go for a Mega Evolve and Fake Out. He is Mega. There's the Mega Evolution. I flinch him. He takes some poison damage. I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch. He Roosts. I don't think I can really do anything to this, which is really, really sad. I think I'm going to switch into Qwilfish and go for the taunt. Now he can't continue to roost, which is very important. And I don't take that hyper voice very well. That's okay. So I'm going to go for the taunt now. He goes into Top Gun, the Star Raptor. I'm going to Thunder Wave this. He goes for the Brave Bird, I don't survive it. I'm going to Latios. I'm just going to go for a Psyshock. He brings down the Vaporeon. It takes a lot from the Psyshock. I'm going to go for it again. Just going to fire off Psyshocks. He doesn't know what move he wants to use right now. I know I want to use Psyshock. I can only use Psyshock. I'm locked into it. Now there goes his Vaporeon. So now it's Rosie, the Hoopa, Psyshock. He's not immune to it, so it should do a good amount of damage. It's resisted. Never mind. I take that, live on 1 HP. Here's the Hyperspace Hole. And I think this is where I lose the battle. Go for the Fake Out. His Staraptor can take me out afterwards. Unless he's not Scarfed, which he probably is. So I'm just going to go for an Ice Punch just in case. And I go down to that. So we're going to have one more battle after this. And that's going to be it for the Qwilfish team. And I'll see you guys there. Welcome to our final battle with the Qwilfish team. I think we see a Sand team ahead of us. It has Hippowdon, Excadrill, Claydol, Talonflame, Serperior, and probably a Mega Gardevoir. I'm going to lead off with Qwilfish. In case he leads off like a Hippowdon or something, get Intimidate and Taunt off. So this is Hippowdon. I'm going to taunt that. Qwilfish is probably going to go down right here, but it prevents a good amount from that. So I do take that, actually. I won't be able to take another one, but I will be able to get off. I'll get off a Pain Split, which does a lot to it, surprisingly, because Hippowdon is so bulky. And I'm gonna go for a Waterfall right now, because Pain Split won't recover as much as it did last time. And it does 33%. This is a good amount. He crits me. That's fine. I'm gonna bring in the Latios just for Draco Meteor. And Hippowdon's usually physically bulky. He might be mixed. He goes down to Draco anyway, so it doesn't matter. I take a little bit of Sandstorm chip damage. Nothing too big, only 5%. He brings in the Gardevoir. Traces Levitate. I'm going to go into the Heatran, because it resists its stabs, or at least its main stab, so it takes nothing from that Hyper Voice. And I'm going to go straight up for Flash Cannon. See if he wants to switch out or not. He doesn't have a lot. So he goes with Focus Blast, he hits, he kills me. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to go into the Lopunny, which Fake Out, as usual. And it should be able to take out the Gardevoir. The Fake Out itself won't, but the Lopunny will. Nothing wants to come in on Lopunny. So the Gardevoir goes down. He still has some dangerous Pokemon. He sends in the Serperior. I'm going to go for an Ice Punch. He goes for the Leaf Storm. It does not kill. And I do outspeed. And I'm going to go for the Ice Punch again. Take out the Serperior. He might switch. I don't think he's going to want to switch. He does switch, actually. He switches into Talonflame. I get a crit. 63. Does a lot of damage. And I'm going to go into my Thundurus here, predicting a Brave Bird. It's not like I could take it well, but it's just kind of there. And I'm going to Thunderbolt. He has 2 things immune to it. So it might not be the best, but he goes for the Roost. And I take him out with the Thunderbolt. So now he has 3 Pokemon left. Superior, Claydol, and Excadrill. 2 of them are weak to Ice. One of them's weak to Lopunny, one of them's weak to Hoopa, so... And then he disconnects. So, that was going to be my last battle, but since it disconnects, I'll do one more battle for this episode with this team. So I'll see you guys. Okay, we're at our final battle for the for this Qwilfish team. We see a Lopunny, a Latios, a Gengar, a Skarmory, a Manaphy, and Alakazam. So a lot of big threats on this team. And we're just going to start off with Qwilfish here. He sends into Skarmory. He's going to go for probably Stealth Rock. I'm going to go for a Taunt here. He actually out-taunts me. So, that's interesting. I'm going to go right into Thundurus. Start the timer. He goes for the Stealth Rock. I'm just going to go straight up for Thunderbolt. There's no reason to not go for Thunderbolt. It's always a good move. He has nothing immune to it. He brings out the Latios. And I'm going to bring out Heatran on this, because he's probably going to go for a Draco Meteor. He does go for the Draco. It does a lot of damage, pops my balloon, but he also gets a special attack drop. I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon. I don't know what he wants to bring in on this. So he brings in the Manaphy. It doesn't take much to resist it. He's probably going to Tail Glow or something. So I don't really have an answer for that, so I'm just going to Earth Power. So he goes straight up for Scald. No Tail Glow right there. I'm going to go back into Thundurus. And I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt again. Actually, I think I'll go for the Volt Switch. Just in case he brings out that Latios again. He actually brings out the Skarmory. Brings it down to its sturdy. I'm going to go into Lopunny. Mega Evolve, Fake Out, the usual. So he used a Custap Berry, which would have let him move first, probably Brave Bird. But I had the +3 priority Fake Out, which is more than Custap Berry lets it happen. Custap Berry is just first in the bracket. Alright, so he brings out his Lopunny. I'm just going to bring out the Latios. He's probably going to Fake Out. I brought this out because with the Scarf it will outspeed. So I'm just going to go straight up for Psyshock here. And let's see what he does. I could have also gone for the Draco Meteor, predicting the other Latios to come out. And that might have been the better play. But we'll see. So he actually brings out the Gengar, so I made the right play with the Psyshock here. And that brought down that Gengar. So he brings out the Alakazam. I don't know what it wants to do. I'm going to bring out Qwilfish to try to Thunder Wave it. And, lower its attack. So he has Dazzling Gleam. He's definitely going to hit me with a Psychic or a Psyshock. But it's worth to see what he has. Because he's a threat to the team. He actually goes for the Shadow Ball, which is interesting. So I get that Thunder Wave off. I don't know why he would go for that over a Psychic move like that right there, Psychic. So Waterfall does a lot to it. I'm gonna bring out the Hoopa. Comes in and takes Stealth Rock damage, and I'm gonna go for the Fire Punch. I think I'm just gonna go for a Fire Punch. Because I don't want to get a defense drop right now. because I'm not sure if I'll have any opportunities to bring this back in. So he might think he can like force his wedge design. So he brings out his Latios. I'm gonna go for a Hyperspace Fury. He goes for the Draco. It takes me out. Really unfortunate. I'm gonna bring out my own Latios on it and go for my own Draco Meteor. I hit, I connect, he goes down. My special attack gets lowered. That's okay. So he brings in the Manaphy. He's definitely going to try to set up Tail Glows here. You didn't see that. He actually goes straight for a Scald. So it's Latios and Lopunny versus Manaphy and Lopunny. So I'm going to bring in my Lopunny, go for a Fake Out. He flinches because that's what Fake Out does. I'm going to go for the high jump kick. 66%. He gets a Scald off. He gets the burn. Return should still be able to kill it. I don't want to risk a miss right now. Alright, so I think this game's just about wrapped up. So he's going to take me out here. I'm just going to go for the high jump kick. He goes for the Fake Out. I'm going to bring in Latios, and I'm just going to go for a Psychic. And he won't outspeed me. So I go for the Psychic. It takes him out. And that's it for our Qwilfish team. So thanks for watching. If you want to see any other low-tier Pokemon used, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.